Let's go next to Austin from Miami. Austin from Miami, you're on the air.
Hi. I was just kind of wondering what you think about what's going to happen in midterm elections. I mean, I'm not looking too much at like polls at this point, but just from my perception, I feel like Democrats are getting a lot less popular. A lot of people, are blaming Biden for the gas bill or the gas prices, and I just feel like if they don't do anything about it, they're going to stay very unpopular. I was wondering if you thought that they were either aware of it or like what you would recommend Democrats do.
I think Democrats are aware of it. So there's two sides to this, Austin. The first part of it is um, historically, if you can do something to turn off the Discord blings, that would be really great. I don't know if you're using push to talk or if you haven't silenced notifications, but I would love your help with that. So on the one hand, for historical reasons, typically when a party wins the White House, then the next midterms aren't good for them. So, like historically speaking, Democrats should lose at least control of the House or Senate in November. On the other hand, we have this situation where in 2016 and 2020, you had a lot of Trumpists voting who never voted before Trump. They only got involved in politics because of Trump. And it remains an open question whether there is going to be a sort of a disappearance of many of those individuals, and they're not even going to vote in November. The other question is, we know COVID has killed more Republicans than Democrats. To what effect will the partisan death gap of COVID affect Republicans? So Democrats should be losing historically. Joe Biden is also getting blamed for stuff that's not his fault, like gas prices. Those are not good things for them. But I think it's such a unique midterm that it remains to be seen. I don't really have a prediction.
Yeah. Do you think that though, like like I don't know, do you see kind of the new like decriminalization of marijuana bill as like something that they might be putting forth to kind of reclaim some popularity? Because I just feel like from the perspective like they have not really gotten anything done with like the infrastructure bill being gutted, and they're not really doing anything popular like as of right now or making an effort to.
I think that time is quite short, and it would be really great for Democrats if they want to do well to try to get something else major done. But to be perfectly frank, it's not seeming to me like they're going to be able to do it. So they're going to have to run on convincing people based on what's already happened, and quite frankly, it seems like that's going to be a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, I kind of just wish that they had more control over, getting policies that are popular, but obviously there's a lot of, I guess, red tape within the party
Yeah,
to
and
prevent.
there's also a limited amount of political capital. The one thing I will say is, I don't really think Joe Biden has much of an interest in doing student loan forgiveness, but he still could look at doing something like that. And maybe the new moratorium on payments until August is him saying, well, maybe in August I'll do some student loan forgiveness, which will help us in November. That was Pat's idea on a recent bonus show. I don't know. I don't know, but I think it's an interesting question.
Yeah, well, thank you for your time. I definitely agree that Biden should be doing some kind of like emergency kind of catch up because I feel like he's just catching a lot of flack for inflation and gas and like I obviously don't have like any like concrete evidence on this, but just from like what I've seen living in like Florida, I'm at the University of Florida, but I'm from Miami. Um, just a lot of like anti-Biden sentiment. Let's go, Brandon is everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm just a little worried for the future.
you're right to be worried, Austin. Thank you so much for the call. One of our longtime sponsors is Vincero Collective. If you don't know Vincero yet, it's the place to go for quality watches, sunglasses, and more. Serious style, undeniable quality, and total versatility put Vincero really at the top of the game, and their newest watch release is no exception. It's the Argo Automatic. It spotlights everything I love about Vincero. I got the Argo Automatic in frost white. This is a dive watch, which is, of course, a staple in the watch world, but I really think Vincero found a way to make this one stand out. I love the gradient blue accent of the hour markers against the solid white face. I really love all of their watches, and I own a bunch, but the Argo is probably my favorite so far. Vincero sunglasses and jewelry and other accessories are awesome too. An excellent way to elevate any outfit. Vincero Collective is giving my audience 15% off all products and free shipping. Go to vincerocollective.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman. The link is down below.